Hare Krishna. So it's a rainy, cold Sunday morning. My family is gone. My kids are gone. And I'm here in the house all alone. And so I was thinking of a Bhagavad Gita verse, which I think we should study this morning, where Krishna calls this material world dukkalayam, or an unhappy home. So I was thinking, oh, my house is empty. It's cold and dark. It reminds me of this verse. So since this is a study, we're going to spend about 10 minutes. Go get your Bhagavad Gita, pause this video, and open up to chapter 8, text 15, and let's study a verse together. Okay? Pause and go get your Gita. Okay, let's start. So let me open up the verse. I have it here. And we're going to study this verse, chapter 8, text 15. And so let's read the Sanskrit. Mam upetya punar janma dukkalayama shashvatam napnuvanti mahatmanaha samsiddhim padamam gataha. And the translation is, and we're going to go through all this in detail, after attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of misery, because they have attained the highest perfection. Wow, what a great verse. So let's go through the English and find it here in the Sanskrit. So the first part is here, after attaining me. So mam upetya, and you can see here, there's the word for word, mam, upetya, me achieving, right here. So after attaining me, mam upetya, the great souls who are yogis in devotion. Here, Prabhupada uses this line to refer to Mahatmanaha. So in Indian culture, you may call somebody a Mahatma, like Mahatma Gandhi. But Prabhupada wants to let us know that this Mahatma is not just a regular, respectful title. This is a soul, which is a yogi in devotion, a Mahatma, a great soul. So after attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return. Here, na apnuvanti, never attain. What do they not return to? This temporary world full of misery. And that would be dukkha, which means unhappy. There's dukkha and sukha. Sukha means happy. Dukkha means unhappy. And alayam, which means a place or a home. So an unhappy home, which is a shashvatam, temporary, a temporary unhappy home. Doesn't that suck? If your home is unhappy and you're not situated, it's kind of like you're homeless, right? There's nobody caring for you. It's just not joyful. So after attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of misery, dukkalayam shashvatam, because they have attained samsiddhim, which means to attain. But siddhim means a perfection, right? The greatest perfection, because they have attained the highest perfection. Sorry, I have that backwards. Because they've attained padam gati, they have achieved the highest perfection right here. So gati means to achieve, or the place, or like a goal. The padam means the highest, and siddhim means perfection. So nice. So after attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, dukkalayam shashvatam, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection. Samsiddhim padamam gataha. So now let's read this purport. It's really nice, very short, but it's got a lot of sweet little nectar nuggets in there. Purport. Since this temporary world is full of the miseries of birth, death, old age, and disease, I'm sorry, let me reread that. Since this temporary material world is full of the miseries of birth, old age, disease, and death, naturally, he who achieves the highest perfection and attains the supreme planet, Krishna Loka, Goloka Vrindavan, does not wish to return. So you have a house which is temporary, miserable, full of disease and death, and then you find a home which is happy, joyful, permanent, full of life. You don't want to go back to the old place, right? So Krishna's place is beautiful, full of life and wonderful. And once you've attained that, you do not come back to this temporary world. So here, after attaining me, mamopetya, napnuvanti, you do not come back. So let's continue. The supreme planet is described in Vedic literatures as avyakta, which means unmanifest, and akshara. Actually, I looked this word up. I couldn't find what that meant. And param gati. This is the same as this word here, paramam gataha, which means the ultimate, achieving the ultimate thing, or the topmost place. In other words, that planet is beyond our material vision and is inexplicable, which means unable to be explained or accounted for. It's beyond our vision and we can't understand it. It's unexplainable, but it is the highest goal, the destination for the Mahatmas, the great souls. And we've already defined that the Mahatmas are not just great souls like a word that you may use, a respectful title, but they are yogis in devotion. So now listen to this. This I thought was really interesting. The Mahatmas receive transcendental messages from the realized devotees. So that would be receiving spiritual knowledge from one's guru or from one's teacher, and thus gradually develop devotional service in Krishna consciousness. Well, hold on there. That's saying that that you're a Mahatma and you're gradually developing devotional service in Krishna consciousness means that you're called a Mahatma, though you haven't attained devotional service yet. And there's an analogy where you may be looking at a mango tree and you see an unripe mango. So when you point to it, what do you call it? You still call it a mango, though it's not ready to eat. So this sentence here, it made me think, wow, we should be very careful of anybody in any path of spirituality or devotion, because they're actually a great soul that just might not have ripened yet. So let me reread the sentence. The Mahatmas receive transcendental messages from the realized devotees and thus gradually develop devotional service in Krishna consciousness and become so absorbed in transcendental service that they no longer desire elevation to any of the material planets. Wow. So they have no interest even in the high material planets like the moon planet, Chandraloka. If you go there, not the actual material part of it, but in a different realm, but in the same location, Chandraloka, there it's heavenly, it's beautiful. They drink soma rasa, and basically it's like a party 24/7. So the Mahatmas don't even want to go there, nor do they even want to be transferred to any spiritual planet. What? I thought that was the goal. I thought that's what we were saying here. They only want they only want Krishna and Krishna's association and nothing else. Wow. So the Mahatmas, the great devotees, the yogis in devotion, they don't care about any material planet. They don't even care about going to the spiritual planets. They just want to be with Krishna, serve Krishna wherever Krishna is. So when Krishna comes to this material world, they all come and take birth with Krishna because they just want to be with Krishna. They don't care about their body. They don't care about the situation. How amazing is that? That is a real great soul. That is the highest perfection of life. This verse specifically mentions the personalist devotees of the Supreme Lord Krishna. These devotees in Krishna consciousness, or those who are fully absorbed in Krishna, that's what Krishna consciousness means. Krishna is God, achieve the highest perfection of life. In other words, they are the supreme souls. Wow, how beautiful is that? What a wonderful verse. I absolutely love Bhagavad Gita. There's so much to it. It's so deep. It's so beautiful. I'm speechless. Okay, well, there we go. We spoke for about 11, 12 minutes. Let's all come together and study Bhagavad Gita. I'm trying to do this YouTube thing. I haven't promoted it yet because I don't really want a whole bunch of traffic. But we also are doing Bhagavad Gita verses on TikTok, 1 minute verses answering questions. Here is my TikTok channel, Jaganitai. Please come and visit me there. Subscribe here, and whenever our video comes up, come into the comments, tell me what you think, and let's study Bhagavad Gita together. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful weekend. Have a beautiful day. Hare Krishna.